Khizar is an amazing guy. It's a pleasure to work with him. Very polite, very friendly, really well mannered. Khizar been learning with another driving instructor for approximately 6 months or so, and then he came to me. When I first met Khizar, his driving skills were very poor. He would drove far too fast. His gear changing was very aggressive. His footwork was shocking. He couldn't brake properly. He couldn't change down gear properly. He couldn't move off properly. His mirror work was very exaggerated. And it was a total nightmare, to be honest with you. So I think he's had about 10 to 12 hours with me. And I've been giving him full instruction trying to get rid of these bad habits. The bad news for you as learner drivers is when you develop bad habits, you become very good at them. And it's very hard for the instructor to get rid of them. This is Khizar's first mock test. So I'm expecting some of these bad habits to come back. A lot of his driving faults is mainly the fault of the driving instructor who taught him, that didn't teach him the basic skills properly. But some of the faults is Khizar's. Khizar's got to take more responsibility for the things he does on the road. So we'll see how this goes, but from my experience, it doesn't bode well when pupils have bad habits. When it comes to the mock test stage, they all come flooding back. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Today we're doing a mock test with Khizar. And this is his very first mock test. You have a test book, but it's a real way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has watched the videos, so you know what to do. We're going to be out for 30 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic. Going to take in various traffic and road conditions, one maneuver you practice with your trainer, possibly the control stop, and you will be driving independently by way of sat-nav signs. We're going to do sat-nav. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Throughout the drive, I'd like you to follow the road ahead at all times, unless you're directed by signs or markings. Or unless you get a turn, which you will do some good time. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, then one question. How did you check your brakes or work before starting the journey?
Not slick and spongy.
Slack and spongy, yeah?
Yeah.
You will arrive at your destination
car
at
wouldn't move on
3:33
one side.
p.m.
Good. Right, when you're ready, just make your way out of here.
Okay.
We could be doing sat-nav, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, make this look good. Khizar. At the end of the road, turn left, and then at the end of the road, turn right. The sat-nav should kick in.
Yeah.
Khizar, your signal comes off, but I don't mark it because it doesn't really affect any of the road users. And you do put the signal a little bit early when emerging right at the end of this junction. Again, I don't mark it because it looks a lot worse in the video. And at the end of the road, we're turning right.
Turn right, St. John's Road.
Can you flick them wipers down a click? Thank you, that'll do then. However many favourite. Well done, Khizar, it's a pass. A little bit more observation is needed through the back window. Also, if you have to correct it, which you didn't need to, what you need to do is steer and still. Khizar, your car was lovely in parallel, yet you started to steer one way towards the curve, then the other way, and you were oversteering, and all you were doing was just zigzagging back. But luckily for you, it was a nice wide road. But if you have to make any adjustments, imagine there's a phase clock and steer no more than 1 or 2 minutes in the direction you want the car to go. Khizar, if the sat-nav doesn't give instruction, it doesn't tell you to turn left or right, just keep going straight ahead. Don't turn left or right if the sat-nav doesn't tell you to. This is my fault because we haven't had much work on the sat-nav, so that's down to me, not you. Tell you where to go.
Okay.
Can you pull up in a convenient place on the left? Khizar, don't overthink things. I ask you to pull up on the left. You've seen the junction to the right, which is great. You've got all this room here on your left-hand side. Anywhere along here, 10 metres before this next junction on your left, you could have pulled up anywhere. You keep going and you pull up further along the road. I don't mark it, but don't second guess yourself. Just keep it simple as possible. If you see a place on the left, check your mirrors and signal if necessary, and then just stop.
At the end of the road, turn right, A690.
Thank you. You drive when you feel ready. Khizar, when the driving examiner pulls you up on the left-hand side of the road, you're expected to apply the parking brake, select neutral and cancel the signal. You do good all-round observation when moving off. You move off with the signal on for left, but I don't mark it because it's only on for a few seconds. But remember, parking brake neutral, cancel signal.
Turn right, A690.
I really like Khizar's mirror work when he straightens up in the new road and he has a look in the middle mirror. But watch him check the mirror. It looks like he's trying to headbutt the mirror. He's calmed down a lot with this, but it was a lot worse than this. So Khizar, when you straighten up, just eye movement. Don't nod your head forwards.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A690, Neville's Crossbank. Cross the the roundabout and take the second exit.
Minor fault number 1, Khizar. The roundabout says you need the right lane to go straight ahead. Now that means you go onto the right lane on the roundabout. You do not move over to the left until you've passed that first exit. As you go on the roundabout, you start drifting over to the left a little bit too early. You should be going to the right. Had there been a car in the left lane, turn left, then it would have been a serious fault. Had you gone over any further, then I would have given you a serious fault. So when you go straight ahead from the right lane, you keep to the right lane until you pass that first exit. Then you check your dormer and signal and move over to the left lane. Show me how you demist your back window.
Turn left.
Minor fault number 2, Keys. Your signal comes off and you need to reapply it because you've got pedestrian activity to the left, traffic behind, and it is quite busy. Had there been no traffic in the area, then I might not have marked this, but you should confirm where you're going. These minis have lane change and signals on, so make sure you push the signal past the pressure point.
After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the fourth exit, A691, Southfield Way. Go right on the roundabout and take the fourth exit.
Minor fault number 3, Keys. It could have easily been a serious fault. You're approaching the roundabout, you're not sure whether to go, so you know what to do. If I've told you, if you're not sure, you should have looked back the white line, roll in first, took another look, seen it was clear, gas and go. What you do is you have a look and then you realise, oh, I can go, but then you're in the wrong gear, you're in second, and then you throw the clutch up, another one of your bad habits, and then the car stalls. Luckily for you, it doesn't affect any of the road users on the roundabout. Had any of the road users on the roundabout had to stop or stay around you, then it would have been a serious fault. So you're very, very lucky. But probably could have gotten away if you've done the correct technique, gas then clutch.
Exit A691, Southfield Way.
Minor fault number 4, Keys. You should be cancelling that signal when you leave the roundabout. It does not cancel, so you need to use MAs and get that signal cancelled.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Serious fault number 1 for you, Keys. Keys, what happens is you stand to the right. When you drive onto the roundabout, you go to the right lane and then you come back over the left. Had there been anybody come up the left-hand side of you, then you would have caused an accident. So you need to look where your car wants to go. You need to train them eyes of yours is to look where the left wheel wants to go when you go around the roundabout. Serious fault number 2 for you, Khizar. Khizar, when you moved over to the right lane, the Ford Cougar, I think it was a Ford Cougar, in the right lane was far too close to you. Had you looked in the door mirror, you would have seen it was in your blind spot area. Now, the sad thing here is you didn't need to move over to the right lane. If you clock the sign on the right hand side here, it says, look, if you're going to Durham, you can use either lane. Now, there's nothing wrong with using the right lane, but if you're going to use the right lane there, I would not have indicated. I would have just let that black car behind us get past and then put your signal and then move over. But then you move over to the right lane and then you come back to the left lane.
Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A691, Fanwellgate, Peth. Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit. Turn left, then keep right. After 200 yards, keep right, then go right on the roundabout and take the second exit. Keep right, then go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Serious fault number 3 for you, Khizar. Khizar, when the sat-nav tells you where to go, you still got to read signs. You've got a sign on the left-hand side saying right second exits for the A177. You've got a sign on the right repeating exactly the same. You've got the road markings here saying A177 is to the right. What happens is you go in the lane for the A690 for the A1M. Then you check your mirrors and go over to the right lane on the roundabout. You should have just gone straight ahead. I would have redirected you and not give you a serious fault. Would have picked a mine up for response to signs and markings. But then when you come round the roundabout, you go into the lane for clear path. And then you cut back over to the left lane again without any mirror checks. So all this could have been avoided if you'd read the road signs and markings. Remember, you've got to think of the road markings and signs as a silent driving instructor. They're telling you where to go, so you've got to start reading signs and markings. Unfortunately, learner drivers are not very good at reading signs and markings.
Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit, New Elvert.
Minor fault number 5, Khizar. You must be getting stressed because you pull off in the wrong gear and stall, but you get straight back on with it. That's why it's a minor fault.
first exit, Potter's Bank. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Minor fault number 6, Khizar, it goes down to clearance or obstructions. You get too close to these parked cars on the left hand side. Really, you only want to be going up here at about 20 miles an hour because you can only give them a couple of feet, but you're getting about a foot away from them. It's a little bit of steering going on. Serious fault number 4 for you, Khizar. Khizar, when I asked you to pull up on the left, you didn't check your mirrors and then a car very, very close behind. You just pulled up without warning another road use what you were doing.
Thank you. Forever money. Take the next road to the right, just under the bridge.
Minor fault number 7, Khizar, it could have easily been a serious fault. This, when you turn right here, you did not go into the hatch mark, and it's now luckily for you, you got straight round. Had there been oncoming traffic and you stopped, you would have most definitely blocked the traffic from behind coming up the left hand side of you. So very lucky.
Take the next left where that man just pulled up on.
Minor fault number 8, Khizar, you turn left in third gear and the car coughs and sputter on. You knew it, you know it should be second gear.
Can you just pull up on the left? Take your feet off the pedals. Right, how do you think you've done? Turn them lighters off. Just the white piece of that. Right, how do you think you've done?
No, very well.
Oh, Khizar, dear me. How many serious faults do you think you've got?
About 3. 3.
3? Go 4. Right, first one. Roundabout.
That roundabout, just that was like, you know, when it's set nav says turn right. I know I've seen your video. I kind of have argument with that. But you always told students to go left, to that council roundabout.
Yeah.
So when I just follow that section, I would say right. Then I said, oh, it's council roundabout. Then I go to the
Yeah,
left.
well, there's nothing wrong with picking the right lane, but I'll come back to that. Right, first series fault. Going straight ahead of the roundabout. Where have you got to position the car? You've got to go around like that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right, you went like that, look. I think you realise when you come back over, so you went over to the right lane. Got that? That was your first series fault. Don't worry, I'll put it all on video so you can see.
Okay. No, I trust it now.
So you went like that.
Yeah.
You're not looking where you're going, you need to look where your left wheel wants to go in front of the curb ramp. Second series fault was the roundabout. What you're on about? I'll tell you, keep left. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
County roundabout?
Yeah.
Right. Well, when you come down there was a car in the right lane. How close was the car in the right lane? So, you come down there, you put your signal on far too early for turning right.
Yeah.
Now, there was a black car behind you. Now, they must have known that you could pick the left lane, but I've told you, if you're going to pick the left lane, signal where the road colour changes.
Yeah.
The car was really close and you moved over. Why was that? There was a black car in the right lane. Now, it was getting closer. You shouldn't have gone over. It was
No.
too close. It was really big in the door mirror. And then you go over to the right lane, then what do you do then? Can you remember?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with picking the right lane, but it's just harder to get off the roundabout. Okay? So yeah, you should have let the car get past and then move over. Next serious fault was the Lees's Ball roundabout. Can you remember that one?
Yeah.
What happened on that then?
I didn't change the gear at the right time.
I'm not worried about that. You're in the wrong lane.
Oh yeah, I was there. Should go the right.
Yeah, which lane should you go to?
Right lane.
Which lane did you? So, which lane should you pick there?
The middle.
The right one,
Yeah.
not the middle one.
Yeah, I need to put the right lane,
Yeah.
but I was in the middle. But I tried to put the signal and just when feel the gap.
Well, the lane there was to go straight up there.
Yeah.
Now, what you do is you cut across into that lane. Now, you're in the wrong lane and you cut across over to that lane, so you've got a serious fault there. The other serious fault is actually to pull up on the left. What was behind you? There was a car really close behind. What should you put on?
Signal.
We didn't signal, did you? I think you knew that one. Yeah.